Good morning, everyone. My name's Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thanks for joining me today for Flosstube number 143, I believe. And holy crap, my friends, I am back. I'm back, babies. I have a stitchy bug. I have been stitching and crafting and being productive. I have three finished objects to show you today. Three finished objects to show you today. Who the F am I? I'm me. I'm back. But before we get to any of that, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me on my crafty and artistic adventures. Welcome back to anyone who's been with me for however long you've been with me. It's been great to get to know you in the comments here on YouTube and also on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you can find me at Dr.Christy, which is listed down below. I know I'm talking really fast. I'm so excited. This is a channel about embroidery, cross stitch, other textile crafts, and history, and the history of all of those things. So if you are interested in any of that, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. Also, if you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up, which I don't usually do. That's weird. We won't do that again, but just give me a thumbs up. Comment on what projects that you like. And then there's a new hype feature for mobile, I think, which kind of sends out videos, kind of tells the YouTube algorithm that you really like the video. So if you have any hype points, I'd appreciate those as well. I'm gonna drink my coffee and then we'll get into it. What do we have here? This is my normal coffee in my normal mocha mug. I love this mug so much. All right, we're gonna start with the finishes because everybody loves a finish. So first of all, I have two different bags here. First of all, I have a non-stitching finish. So we'll do that one first. No, we won't. We won't do that one first. We'll do stitching finishes first. And they're both in this bag. They share a bag. So first of all, we'll start with the super exciting one. I won't keep you waiting. I won't keep you waiting. She's done. I even did the back stitching. My Nun's Harvesting Phalluses is done. This is part of my Medieval Marginalia series that I have in my shop, which is listed down below. This guy is also there, and he's the only one that's actually up now that I'm thinking about it. My other two are over there, and then this one. This is my first one, and I'll try and find the video about this one, and I'll post it down below because there's a whole story about this. This is in a medieval manuscript, and it's hilarious, and I love it, and I'm so excited that I have one now too. I did a model stitch, but I gave it to my friend because she was going through a little something, and she needed Nun's Harvesting Phalluses. She's a medieval lit historian, a medieval lit professor, so it fits. But this is going to be my thumbnail, but I'm going to have to block out all the penises. Okay, cool. So this is my first finish. This is stitched on a 36 count Edinburgh linen in the color Overcast from Cedar River Linen and Design. I always have to look it up because it's kind of long. And I stitch all of my models on this when I stitch them, so this is on the same thing. And it's kind of I want it to look kind of like parchment. That's my goal, is for it to look like parchment. And it's just stitched in the DMCs because, you know, the DMCs are good enough. DMCs are good threads, and there's no shame in stitching in DMC. And the nice thing about this is that it only has, I don't know, 8 or 9 colors. And what I try to do is all my medieval marginalias are in the same color family, so they all kind of like go together. Ah, I'm so excited. She's done. She's done, and I have one for myself. I just need to fully finish her. I think she's going to go in a hoop. She's kind of a really nice size for a hoop, so I think she's going to go into a hoop. That's my first fully finished. My second fully finished is Abracadabra. Look at that. So my Abracadabra is done, and this is an homage to Roman magic, essentially. So Abracadabra is actually a magical word, and what Romans would do is they would write it on a piece of paper in sort of this order, where they would either remove the first letter, like the beginning letter, or the last letter, until they got down to one letter, and which was always going to be an A, actually. And this was supposed to ward off malaria. So, you know, you would like wear it like as a pin. And then there are other kind of Roman prognostications on this as well. We have astrology with the stars over here. We have augury, which is the looking at the flight paths of birds. And so they would use a stick like this. They would kind of like look through it to the flight paths and interpret them. And so we have little birds and a little augury stick. And then these are sacred chickens. And so they would sacrifice the chickens and they would read their entrails. And yeah, so that's what they would do. And then they would tell the future. It's then also, so that is like two finished objects that I've been sitting with. This one I've been sitting, well, both of them I've been sitting with for at least a year. This one probably 2 years. So excited. This one I don't believe is in my shop, but I'm going to put it in my shop in case anybody wants a little magical stitching in their lives. So I'll work on that. All right, so then the next finished object I have is not stitching. It is needle felting. So I got this kit a while ago and I was kind of trying to try out new crafts. It's from Felted Sky Painting with Wool. These are great kits. I got this one from thewoolery.com, but these are really high quality kits. They have good directions. I'm pretty sure they have videos, but I don't really need videos. They have plenty of wool. And I've done several of these kits and I really like them. And this one I finished on my birthday. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it's not as pretty as like the picture, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I have that one. So maybe I'll put this one as my thumbnail, and then people will be like, what other ones are they did she finish? Maybe I'll put this one. It's a finish. I love it. I'm so excited. So we have this. And again, this is years in the making. So I'm really glad that that's done too. I'm just feeling so motivated to do things right now. And that feels so nice. I'm being really productive at work. Our semester is starting. Our classes start on Wednesday. I have one online and one in-person class. Oh no, 2 online and 1 in-person class. One of the online classes is like a half a semester, 1 credit hour. It's just like helping students with resumes and cover letters and stuff and like helping them, be prepared for the job market. I'm teaching ancient Greece and Rome. And so that is fitting. My abracadabra is fitting. And I'm teaching, and that one's in person, and I'm teaching Rise of Islam online. So we talk about, essentially it's medieval Islam and the Middle East. And well, not just the Middle East really, because Islam is everywhere by the end of the Middle Ages. And we talk about, we're going to get into history. There is a really amazing traveler named Ibn Battuta, and he traveled all over the world. He traveled about 70,000 miles in roughly 25 years. And he wrote an autobiography of his travels that's translated into English. And so I'm having my students read that. And one of the reasons why I like having students read that is because he traveled from Granada in southern Spain. So he was from Morocco. He traveled from Morocco to the Middle East for the pilgrimage to Mecca. And then he went to India and China, and he went to East Africa, and he went to West Africa, so like modern day Mali. He went to into the modern day Russia, visit the Khan of the Golden Horde. And the only time he went to Spain, he went to Granada, which is southern Spain now. And the only time he was in an area that was not either Muslim controlled or have a large Muslim influence was when he went to Constantinople, which is modern day Istanbul, when it was a Christian city. That is the only time in these 70,000 miles all over the world that this man felt uncomfortable not being with his own culture. That's how widespread Islam was in the Middle Ages. That he's 14th century. So he leaves Morocco I think it's the year after or the year that Marco Polo died. So they're contemporaries. They don't know each other, obviously, and they never met, obviously, but they are near contemporaries. And we are not talking about Marco Polo in this class, but he's also very interesting. Anyway, sorry, you probably didn't need to know all that. Okay, now that is not the only stitching that I've been doing, because I've been doing other stitching as well. I have been working on my Hobbit themed pattern, and I will show you the picture of what it's going to look like. So it's going to look like that. There we go. That's what it's going to look like. This is also from Forbidden Fiber Co. This is from the 12 Days of Christmas box from last year. And this will lead us right into the 12 Days of Christmas box from this year that I haven't fully opened yet. But look how well I've been doing on this as well. Look at that. So when last you saw it, so essentially what I've been doing is I've been doing kind of like chunks of color. And then when I have leftovers, I've been filling in the little Hobbit / dwarves at the bottom. So when you last saw it, I had sort of some letters done. I had some of these trees done. I think I had all these trees and eagles done. I had half of these trees done. I still have some not stumps. I can't think of the word for the tree stick. The tree stick. Trunk. My God. The trunk. I'm still missing some trunks, but I've worked on, but these were not done. So I've worked on these two little medallions up here. This one is going to be wolves. Now, I don't remember wolves in The Hobbit, but it's been a really long time since I've read it, and I did not watch the movies. This, however, is the three trolls with their pot, which I do remember. I've done some letters. I've filled in some spaces, some of the people down here, and I have filled in some of the trees over here. So that's the work that I've been doing on this, and I'm really enjoying it. I have wanted to work on I had planned on working on my cosmic egg, but the cosmic egg takes thought because it's not like a pattern. I'm just doing it from a picture. So that kind of takes more thought than brain power than I currently have. I have to plan all my classes this week. So I've been really busy at work. I've been working hours at work. I also have multiple other things I'm planning at work. So like work is really brain intensive this week and next week. And so I am not in the right mind space to be working on something that requires thought. So because basically it's either I scroll on my phone mindlessly or I stitch calmingly. I'm not going to replace mindless scrolling with very mindful stitching, if that makes sense. Like this is just telling me what I need to do and I just need to follow directions. And that's kind of what I need right now. But I've been stitching a lot. It's been feeling really good. But that leads me to the 12 Days of Dragon Desolation, which is the second in this Hobbit series. I have other things in this bag. I have like all sorts of bags right here. So let me just remind you what's in this box. Oh, that's not from this box. I took this with me. There is a bear back scratcher. There is an excellent bag, and I have actually done an embroidery of this image. I love this image. It makes a really good embroidery, and I've actually done 2 of them, and maybe I will find them and show them to you at some point. It came with this great fabric that is... It's sort of greener. She's very good at fitting these in. It's called Middle Earth, 1/8 yard of 36 count and Berlin. And that's kind of what I like stitching. That's my sweet spot these days. But isn't that pretty? Yeah, Middle Earth. That looks really nice. There's a pattern that's in black and white. And it looks like it is hobbits and dwarves and barrels going down the river with the dragon in the middle. And the forest. And it looks like this will probably be the same. This will probably follow a similar color scheme. So you see in this, it's sort of yellow. I think that kind of line will tie them all together. That's what I'm expecting. But hopefully we'll get a colored version. I don't know. She always promises a colored version, and then I never get a colored version. So it came with strawberry creamed honey, which I want to take into the house. Bath salts. I do not take baths, though. I'm a shower girl. There's just something about baths. A really cute book cover needle minder. I love that. I need to put that somewhere. The problem is I don't use a what's it called? I don't use a hoop or a frame. So, and that's a fairly heavy, that's metal and enamel. So that's a fairly heavy needle minder that I can't use. So I can't really use a needle minder when I'm stitching cross stitch. Now for embroidery, I do use a hoop. Ooh, and so it says that the Middle Earth was you probably didn't even see. Sorry. Middle Earth is on a sticker. What did she think we were going to get? What did she think we were going to get? Oh, I ripped it off. I can't tell. I'll never know. I'll never know what that was going to be. But my friends, we also get flosses. And I've only opened up one with you. So let's open these up. Yeah? Shall we? So the first one, and I'm just going to throw these papers on the floor and I'll pick them up at the end. First we have Smog, which is a red. Now this is showing up a little more orangey than I think it actually is. Actually, hold on one second. Whenever I do these, I'm always like, oh, I wish I had a ring to put these on. So I got myself a ring. All right. Smog, number 1. Which direction are we going? Here we go. Number 2. Now, if you watch Sebastian over at Bees and Teeth Stitching, they have already opened this like on time. But I did not do it on time, and I wanted to do it with you. Ooh, I should show you first. I'm sorry. But this is a sort of minty green called Mirkwood. Mirkwood. I'll be better. I'll do better at letting you see it first. 3. It looks like a gray. Orchist. And this is one of the colors that is in the Hobbit pattern as well. Orchist. Put it on the ring. And then I will put all of this in the project bag, wherever it, oh, the project bag is back there. Brown? Brownie gray? Bjorn, he's the bear guy. Oh, the wolves are chasing them. The wolves are chasing them. The wolf, no. I'm going to have to look up, or let me know in the comments where the wolves come in. I like vaguely remember wolves, but I'm thinking of Lord of the Rings, not The Hobbit. So tell me down below where wolves come into The Hobbit. My favorite character, well, one of my favorite characters in The Hobbit is actually Tom Bombadil. And Tom Bombadil gets a really bad rap because he's so weird and incongruous, he doesn't actually really affect the story very much, if I remember correctly. But what he kind of illustrates is a deeper mythology under the surface, right? Like he's this like eternal weird character. Oh, I looked at it first, sorry. This is just an off-white or a beige called Bard. There's our colors so far. Very earthy. Yeah, so Tom Bombadil always sort of fascinated me just because he didn't seem to fit. Like, he wasn't actually necessary for the story, but I think he was necessary in order to show depth of time in Middle-earth, in this sort of children's story. Ooh, that's pretty. Very pretty. That is called Shelob. I would have thought that this would be darker. She's the spider, pretty sure. 7. Ooh, bright blue, bright blue. Oh, it's like a tealy. Ooh, it's a nice tealy lake town. Yes. I don't know if you can see. This side might be better. That it's sort of variegated. I do love a variegated. One of the colors in the trees is variegated, and so every once in a while, like there are 2 colors in the trees of my other one. Where the heck did I put it? Where is it? Hold on one sec. Okay, so in this one, you can see that there are 2 different colors in these trees. There's sort of a pretty solid green, greenish blue maybe, and then there's sort of like a bluey green. And I love that it's sort of, they meld together in that way, where you have the variegated bluey green to green. So you get these sort of like peaks of brightness surrounded by just the regular green. I'm apparently going to be talking about both of these at the same time. All right, number 8. Number 8. Ooh, gold. Gold, gold, gold. More brown, I guess. Stone Giant. So this is also in the other pattern. So I have 2 of these. So just like a black. Well, a very dark gray. Black Arrow. It's a very dark gray. It's not a pure black, which is good because, you know, a 310 is a good black. Although, has anyone ever noticed that 310 feels thin? Like it feels thinner than other DMC colors? 10. I do like the sticker too. Oh, is the sticker is, see, now I would have loved if that would have looked like that. If possible. That would have been super cool. Oh well. I mean, it's cool enough as it is. Another gray. Glamdring. I already have this one from the last one. Oh, sorry. It's a light gray. And I'm definitely expecting like a bright yellow. I have 2 left. I'm definitely expecting a bright yellow. And maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Oh. Sort of a muted teal. Rivendell. This is not the, yeah. So this is one of the greens. There are a lot of greens in this pattern. A lot of different greens. And then I'm assuming this is going to be a bright yellow. Let's see if I'm right. Am I right? Did I interpret this correctly? I did. Because this Thranduil. Is that a sword? I don't know what that is. I could look it up. Give me a second. It is not a a sword, it is the Elf King. The Elf King is named. This is named after the Elf King. Now, I don't think this is the same color as in the other one. In this one, it's a different yellow. The yellow is called Durin's Day. They're different, but similar. Very different. Well, they look... Yeah, they're very different. This one is much closer to... Sorry, I tie them in a little loose knot so that way they don't get all messed up. This is much closer to Great Goblin, but still not quite the same. So that's really interesting. I find that interesting that the bright yellow is not the same bright yellow. Anyway, here are our two Middle-earth themed color schemes. They're very similar and they have duplicate colors, which is fine because I want to start embroidering again, and I like using fancy floss for that, and it doesn't matter because I just do it freehand. It doesn't actually matter that it's if it fits, whatever. All right, so there's that. Oops. Oh no, we're caught. We're caught on a dragon. Oh yeah, and there's a little dragon on that. All right, let's put all these together in the bag so that way they are ready to stitch when I feel like stitching it. I'll put this in there too. Let's just talk about some other things that I've done that you might be interested in or that I've discussed with you. I did do a little diamond painting. I did a little diamond painting bookmark, which this was a birthday gift from my, or a Christmas gift, maybe from my brother and sister-in-law last year. My birthday and Christmas sort of blend sometimes, and it's cute and I like it, but the problem is that this whole thing is sticky. So now it's just got sticky bits on it, even though I put all the diamonds on it. So any of my diamond painters, if you could tell me what I do about the fact that this isn't like a full coverage diamond painting, but it's a full coverage stickiness, I would appreciate it because I want to use this and not have it get all dirty. So I did that. I made my 2026 bingo card, which I may have shown you already. I will have a full video explaining this coming out next week. It's currently my Patreons have it. And I've decided to go with cherry stickers this year and not flowers. I thought cherries would be super cute. So I have my little cherry stickers. They're in there. I have not completed any goals yet. It's early. It's early in the year. Don't judge me. But I have that all set up. And so that's fun. And I solved a murder. So my husband for Christmas gave me a 12-day Advent murder mystery box. It was in this sort of little box. And it was really interesting. It was interesting. I solved most of it. Some of it I got wrong. So essentially, you got these clues and you had to solve this murder. And I'll kind of show you the paper that came with it. Hold on. So 6 friends gather at a cozy log cabin in rural Norway to celebrate Christmas together. But once the snowstorm clears, only 5 will leave the cabin alive. Okay, so that's what this says. And you have to kind of figure out who the victim is, who is unrepentant of the previous crime, weapon 1, weapon 2, location of murder, time of murder, accomplice, motive, and murderer, right? So you have to figure out all those things, okay? Now, the first day was a letter, like there was like a narrative. And so in my mind, I'm thinking that there'll be narrative clues, right? Or there'll be images or artifacts or something that will help you solve the murder. But that's not what it was. It was essentially puzzles. So for example, you may remember that with the first letter came a snowflake. Let me find a snowflake. I don't want to give too much away in case somebody wants to do it. It was fun. Hold on, let me find a snowflake. So it came with a snowflake, and I don't know if this is a snowflake. I ended up with 3 snowflakes. And the snowflake like didn't seem interesting until you look closer and see that it has symbols on it. So I'm not gonna like go through it, but those symbols meant something, right? So they spelled out a word. And there was a nonogram, which is, I want to show it to you. Anyway, there was a nonogram, which is like where you have a grid and you have sort of numbers that tell you which ones you need to fill in. And the nonogram was like someone equals dead. So like that's how you find out the victim. You don't find out the victim through like clues. You find out the victim by solving a puzzle. You find out the killer by solving a puzzle. That has nothing to do with the story. Like the puzzle isn't involved in the story. It just gives you the answer to a question. And I ended up getting the snowflakes wrong, so that I didn't get that answer. So it was fun, but it wasn't a murder mystery. It was puzzles. And it was like brain teasers. And I did actually pretty well, considering that I'm not great at puzzles. I'm really good at like Sudoku. Sudoku wasn't on there. I'm not great at nonograms, but I figured it out. It took me a while to figure it out. Rich figured out, I got some playing cards, so Rich figured that out. And, you know, it was, I'm not saying it wasn't fun, but if you're looking for like a murder mystery, that's not what this is. This is puzzles that lead to answers that answer these questions of victim, time of death, weapon, etc., 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 if that makes sense. But I did finish it. It was fun. I did it once a day over the 12 days of Christmas, so from Christmas to the Epiphany. And that was fun. And yeah, so I worked on that as well. Anything else? Anything else? I think that's all that I have done besides, you know, my job and life. So let's talk about my plans for the next week or so. I'm really feeling The Hobbit, so I'm going to keep working on The Hobbit stitch. I need to adjust. Oh, I did something else too. Where is it? Hold on one sec. I did a very small thing that will make a very big difference in my life. I fixed a hole in my favorite hoodie. So I had a hole in my pocket that my keys kept sticking out of. And so I did some visible mending and fixed that hole. And so it goes along with these holes that I fixed before. And I'm going to have more, I think, over here. So, you know, my hoodie lives to keep me warm another day and keep things in the pocket. So I finished that as well. Okay, now back to my plans for the weekend. My plans for the weekend are to, again, continue working on The Hobbit. I have some things I need to fix. I have my gold. I'll get it. Hold on. I have my gold tie necklace, and it broke. So I need to fix that. But when I fix it, I'm going to switch the clasp to the other side because I am right-handed. And I'm going to get a lobster claw clasp instead of this clasp because I always struggle to get this thing on and I love it. It's like one of my favorite necklaces. So I'm going to fix this weekend, which should only take 10 or 15 minutes. And then I also bought this giant wooden spoon from an estate sale. And so I'm going to fix this as well, just with some wood glue. It's just one piece. I'm going to fix it as best I can. And then I can, I don't know, put this up someplace where it doesn't look too weird, or alternately put it up someplace where it looks extra weird. So I'm going to fix him. I also want to fully finish my Marcia Prosperity Hen. So put her on a string with a bell, because I think that she deserves all the best things. Yeah, she deserves all the best things. And, or maybe I'll start putting them all on one, because that's how it's supposed to go. They're supposed to go all on once. Maybe I'll take them off and I'll string them all together. And then I'll have one that I can hang up. And then she will go in my Etsy shop, which is listed down below. And then finally, the thing I want to do, I'm going to straighten up in here a little bit, but then I need to alter some pants a little bit. I just have a couple of pairs of linen pants. I love these. I wear these to work all the time, but the waists are way too big. They have this like tiny bit of elastic that does nothing. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, oh, and they only have 4 belt loops. So you can't even really put a belt on them. So I think what I'm going to do is put more elastic around these two. Like, so we have this elastic in the middle, and then we'll have these that will be elasticized as well on both pairs of pants. And then I won't have to wear a belt unless I want it to be decorative, because wearing a belt, sorry, I just want to fold them up so they don't get too wrinkly, although they're wrinkly. And I don't think that'll take very much time. I just need some thick, maybe 1 inch elastic, 1.5 inch elastic, 1 inch elastic, I think. And I have tons of elastic. So that should be a pretty easy fix too. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of cut in underneath the belt loop here, so you won't even see it. There is a seam. Oh, there's not a seam, that just sews in. Oh, or now that I'm looking at this, the seam there, I think that seam is what is holding this elastic in place, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at it and see what I can do, see if I can't take it apart so it doesn't look weird. But I want to put more elastic in the what's it called, waistband, so that way they're more comfortable. And I want to start working on my Lady and the Unicorn, because that's my focus project for 2026. I will eventually start working on my Cosmic Egg, but I think that is on my bingo card to get finished, but that is not kind of a huge priority when my brain is very full of other things. So yeah, that's it from me. I feel like I had so much to talk about today, which was really nice. I feel like I got my stitchy bug back. I put makeup on for you. I went blue. I went with Dame Edna. I went Dame Edna for you all today. And I'm really happy to be back. I'm really happy to be back. Is there any life updates? Other than classes starting next week, work is pretty heavy. Oh, I have not, unsurprising to anyone who knows me, I have not sent out the prizes. They're looking at me. They're sitting right there. So I will work on that this week, getting those packed up and sent away. I also have a package for Joe Belushi Stitches that I sent, and it got sent back to me, and I have not resent it. And this was like 2 years ago, like 2 flipping years ago. It got sent back to me, and I just have not sent it back, and I'm going to send it back. It like sits in my dining room. Like, it is in my dining room. It's been there for like 2 years. Anyone who knows my mother knows that that's not surprising. So I want to get that sent off as well. Yeah, so that's my plans. And I may do other things too. Who knows? Who knows what I'm going to be up to when I'm feeling this productive. Yeah. So I want to thank you all for joining me. If you liked this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, all those things. I won't do that weird thumbs up thing again. Don't worry. Let me know if you remember from The Hobbit where the wolves come in. That would be really helpful. And I don't know, what's your favorite project? What would you like to see me work on? I'm really trying to get back into being involved with my comments and videos and things like that. That is one. That's not on my bingo card, but it is definitely one of my goals this year, is to be more active in the cross stitching community. So I hope that you will join me in that. And I'm so happy to be here, and I've been really enjoying getting things stitched. It's just been really, really nice. It's been really nice. So with all that being said, thank you so much for joining me. I will hopefully see you next week, and please take good care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye.